Hey gang, today we're going to do Elliot Easton's solo to It's All I Can Do by the Chords off of their Candy O album. Elliot Easton's kind of an underappreciated guitarist, and I get a lot of requests to do his stuff. This is a nice little solo because it's not that technically difficult and it's kind of got that same Elliot Easton snap to it. Anyway, we're going to do a demo of that and then we'll do the full lesson note for note. If you haven't yet, why don't you subscribe to this channel, and if you like this video, give it a like. And I'm always looking for suggestions for other videos, so don't be shy, let me know. Here's the demo coming right up, and then we'll do the lesson. All right, let's go over this now note for note. Before we do, I want to remind you, you can get the tab from the link below. It might make your life a little bit easier. So let's talk first about the chords that the solo's played over, and then I'll do a slow-mo version of the solo, and then I'll go through it line by line, note for note. Okay, so the chords, first of all. It's got 2 bars before it really gets into the solo, and those 2 bars are over a D chord. So it basically just goes like this. And that's when it goes like this. You know, that part. Okay, so that's over a D, and then it goes into this sequence, right? And those are really just power chords. We're going C to G, and then ending up on a D again. C, G, G, D. So that puts us in the key of G. Now, Elliot Easton does play a few notes that are outside of the key. I'll try and point those out when they happen. We're going to start out, let's do the slow-mo now. We're going to start out over that D chord. There are some pickup notes, and then I'll do the solo. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to start out the slow-mo on a D string on the 6th fret. All right, that's the whole solo. Let's start out with the first line. We're going to be playing over that D chord. Remember, there's 2 bars of D where it's just going like this. And then it goes into the main. Over that second bar of D, the following line is played. So that is a run that is kind of out of key. We're starting on the 4th string, or on the D string. We're going D6, D7, D9, and then G6, 7, and 9, and then B, 7, 8, and 10. And on the 10, we linger there for a while. Okay, so that's that first part. And here's the first line that's really going into the main part of the solo. It goes like this. This first part starts up here on the E string and just kind of follows a G triad down. So that's the first part of that. We're just coming down this G triad. So we're starting on the E8, and then pulling off to the 7, and then we're going B8 and G7. Now we're going to do a series of quick slides. So that's starting on the D string. We're going to slide 7 to 9, and this is a very quick slide. And going up to G7, and then G9 to 11, B10, and then we're bending a whole step on E12. So that's the first line. Here's the second line. Okay, we're going to start out with a continuation of that bend on E12, bringing that down, and then playing this. So that's E12, E14, and then on E15 we'll bend a whole step and then bring it down to 15. Okay, and then we'll play E12, B12, and then B15. So that goes between B15 and 13, and then again bends on the 15th. That whole line then is like this. Be sure to give it lots of vibrato on that top. All right, now this last part is really like one long lick, and we'll break it up into a few different chunks, okay? But let me play the whole lick slowly, and you'll see that it just all flows. I think that's what really gives this Elliot Easton solo a lot of its power and charm, is that he flows together simple licks. So here it is. Here's the whole thing. All right, that's the whole thing, but let's take it down in chunks. First, we've got this double stop right here. So we're going to play this double stop where we're playing on the B string 8, E string 8, and on the B string we're hammering on 8 to 10 and pulling off again. So like this. Simple, right? But now we're going to string it together with the next part, which is a little bit tricky, and it's hard to get it to nicely flow. So here what we're doing on the G string is we're going to play on 9, instantly slide down to 7. It's got to be a really quick slide and pull off to 5. So like this. And then we'll play 7 on the D string, back up to 5 on the G string, and then slide down to 4. So this is tough to execute because you got to remember what you're doing. Ending up finally on the D string 5. Okay, now continuing on the flow, we're basically going to play a C chord and then a D chord. The way we're going to do it is on the 5th string, hammer from 5 to 7, and then play a double stop on the D and G strings at 5. So it's immediately after you play this. And now we're going to play, again, 7 on the A string this time and slide up 2 frets. So we're going to do the same thing that we just did, but 2 frets. Come back to 9 on the A string. And here's the last stretch of it. We're going to play this. So that's simply on the G string 7, 9, 7. And then on the B string, we're going to play 8 to 10 to 8 to 10. Bending up on the 10th. And now we're going to come down down to the 7th on the B string, and then play the E string, 9, and bend up a half step, giving it nice vibrato. And that is it. Okay, gang, well, there you go. There you have it. Elliot Easton's solo to It's All I Can Do by the Cars off of Candy O. Hope you enjoyed this one. Again, if you did, please give it the like button. If you haven't yet subscribed, and we will see you on down the road.